Yes, gorgeous. It is me, Mo Quick. Hello, beautiful. Super excited to have Sheriff Maddox in here, all the way from Dekalb County. Now, Sheriff Maddox, I heard you guys were looking for some officers.
Yes, we are. We're looking for let me say this. I'm looking to hire at least 100 officers here for the
Oh,
DeKalb
Lord.
County Sheriff's Office. Yes. So
By
and
what
this
date?
well, we don't have a day. We just let me say this. We don't want to give a day, but we want them in because here's the deal, because we want to take our time because we want highly qualified trained officers. And just to let you know, it happens next this Saturday, March 6th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. You can come in, fill out the application. You can go online, DeKalbSheriff.org /careers. You can come here, meet the sheriffs, meet the command staff, and you can also apply at the age of 18 years
Wow.
old and higher. And that is the starting salary is $37,000 a year. Now, here's the big
For
part of that.
18-year-old. Oh,
18 years
Lord.
old, yes. But here's the deal, you can actually apply at 17. So if you're 17 and you're about to turn 18 within the next 30 to 60 days, you can go ahead and apply because it will take us that long in order to get through the process and complete the background, which means upon your completion from high school, you can go straight into your career. Remember, I didn't say just a job, into your career, because we put you on a career path. You get 14 days paid vacation, you get your birthday off, and yeah, that's
Because they
important
care
for people.
about that stuff, or
That's
they'll just act like they sick.
Yes, that is important. The birthday is definitely important. So I always have to add that little tidbit in there that you do get your birthday off. And like I said, 4 weeks paid training. We supply you with your uniforms, everything you need to build your strong career here at the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office. We give
So,
it to you.
so Sheriff Maddox, how does it look with such a young person being on the streets at 18? Do they make the smart decisions that they should be making?
Well, understand one thing. There's a difference. I noticed you said on the streets, and that's the police department where you become a police officer. And in order to do that, you have to be 21 years old because you have to be able to, carry that gun. This is different. The DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, we have different roles and responsibilities. We're responsible for the administrative, the courts, our deputies in the court, the field. We execute those murder warrants that you saw, rape, any of those warrants out there. Yeah, we do all of that. But the biggest part of it is this jail. This jail is 900,000 square feet, sitting on 12.2 acres of land. On the average daily, since COVID, we have probably about 1,400 inmates here. This facility can hold up to 3,800 inmates. So for a young person coming in, that's the good thing about it. They're young. We can groom them. That's what
Right.
we groom them, and we train them, and we put them on the path for a career. But not only that, they also get financial literacy. So in that training, we teach you how to manage your money, but also how to talk to people. We talk about cultural diversity, sensitivity training. Atlanta is the heart. I mean, if you can't find it in Atlanta, you're not going to be able to find it. That's I always say that. So we have different nationalities, and so we teach our officers how to be sensitive and understanding. It's not what we say, it's how we say it to individuals.
Oh,
And
I'm
we
so
have,
happy you brought that up, Sheriff Max. I don't want to cut you off, but
oh, you
girl, you know
good.
you're about to touch on something right there,
It,
right? Sensitivity training. As we're rallying in these streets, we're protesting. We went through so much last year, 2020. We had a whole movement. We all know about hashtag Black Lives Matter. And as a Black sheriff, woman, by the way, sitting in front of me, asking out our listeners who are going to be, your young Black girls and guys listening in, we're a little afraid of the police right now. So for the sheriff to ask us to come and work for them, you saying something like we have different training, like sensitivity training, it's definitely catching my ear, making me more or less apprehensive about possibly sending out a young guy or young girl to join your force. So would you mind even delving into that about you being a Black woman, understanding the community and how we're sort of feeling about the officers right now?
Yeah, it's all about trust. And here's the deal. That's why I dropped the age down from 20 to 18. Instead of being, you see there's a problem, then be the solution to the problem. The solution is to bring those young folks in here and show them what we do and groom them into what we need to be. You need good officers. You want officers to understand everybody. Well, let's come here and start at the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office. So by the time you go to the DeKalb Police Department or any of the other municipalities around, you have already worked in an establishment where the inmates, well, I can tell you 70% of them look like you and me. So now you know how to treat them, you know how to talk to them. So if you decide to go out there and become a police officer, then you can make that decision. Do I have a right to arrest? Do I not? Do I have to arrest them? You have alternatives out there. You have one of the things I want to let the youth, the young generation to know is that it starts with me. It starts with the head of the agencies, because when they trust the head, then they know that the head is going to make sure that their surroundings are individuals that they can trust as well. So you can trust us. And I want people to know they can trust us, to come in here, to see how we operate, but also to even think about joining the police department. Be the solution to the problem. Don't just talk about it. Let's be about it, and let's do something about it. Enough talking, enough marching. Let's go in and let's do this together. And we can do it. We need you all just as much as you all need us.
Let's work together. That's Sheriff Maddox of DeKalb County. She's letting you know that on March 6th, there's a hiring event from 10 a.m. all the way until 2 p.m. They are looking for you, that young person looking for a career, that older person looking for a new career, anyone who is interested. They have a really good starting rate. They have great benefits. Sheriff Maddox, if they're not able to make the March 6th hiring date, what else can they do to get involved?
Let me give you, first of all, I can give you the website, which is dekalbsheriff.org/careers, but you can also call 404-298-8282. That's 404-298-8282 for any questions that you may have. And understand one thing, you may get that phone call from the sheriff, because I do return a lot of the calls.
Oh, girl, you just scared me, girl. What you gonna say on the phone call?
It's about having a conversation. That's what it is. We have to come to the table and have a conversation. The problem is with us is that we're not listening to the younger generation. We hear them, but we're not listening to them. It's the difference between hearing, listening, and understanding. Are you listening? Do you hear what they're saying? Are you understanding what they are saying? And then let's come together to see what we can do. And now this is where I come in. I'm giving you the opportunity to come in here and to see how it works, so that when you do go back out there, you will have a full understanding of what law enforcement is all about and what we deal with here.
How important is it to you, Sheriff Maddox, moving forward, that our community and the law enforcement have a better relationship?
Oh, it's very important. You have to build that trust. I think that the trust, when we build that trust factor and build that gap and mend that bridge that is so burned in between, if we mend that, a lot of the crime will decrease. Nobody trusts law enforcement. People are afraid to come to us. People are afraid to give us information in reference to cases because they are afraid of retaliation. But heck, they're fear of retaliation, not just from the suspects, but from the officers, because we don't know what relationship the officers have with the suspects. So we have to build that trust. It's very important for us. And that's why I'm considered, my title is the community sheriff, because I'm always out in the community to show them, you can trust us. We got to start somewhere. I understand what we just went through. I get it. I'm a grandmother to 2 African-American boys and my granddaughter. I'm afraid of what life looks like in the next couple of years for my grandson, who's now 11 years old. So we have to build that trust between law enforcement and the community, but we also have to let them know that we understand, the youth understand, we hear you, we understand what you're saying. Let's work together.
And you truly believe coming to this hiring event, getting involved in law enforcement, that's a good way to bridge the gap and to build that trust?
Oh, it's not that I know it. It's a fact, because you get firsthand information, you get firsthand training, you get firsthand knowledge of what it is to be in law enforcement. It's a difference when you're on the outside and you just see us responding to or acting to, but you don't know what takes place on the inside for us to get there. And these officers here, all the employees here are very well trained. They're highly trained, they're very skilled at what they do. The warrants, when these deputies go out and execute endeavor on these warrants, we always endeavor without incident. And I pride myself on that we're able to bring someone in custody and the person in custody is saying, wow, thank you. I thought you were all going to jump on me or beat me up or assault me. It's like, no, there are more good officers out here than there are bad. It's just unfortunate that the bad make us good look bad. They don't give us one black eye. They give us 2 black eyes. And now it makes it harder for me to go out here, because now as a Black female, they're all looking at me and saying, well, can we trust you? You're in with them. And it's like, no, we're in this together. I'm not in with nobody. We're in this together. We need law enforcement. And I need you all as the community to help me out, because again, these individuals that are incarcerated here belong to somebody, and I shouldn't say like belong to some, but they're somebody's loved one. Let me say that. They belong to somebody's family. They're somebody's family member. And I often tell my employees here, you're just an incident away from being on the other side. So let's understand.
Girl, you better say that, Sheriff Maddox. Now, so many cases you do see where the officer becomes the inmate, and sometimes you see the inmate become the dang on officer. And you're like, how the heck did that happen? So we are literally all the same people. It is just a side that divides us. We all bleed what? Red. Not blue or black.
That's okay. Right. It's not about a political affiliation or anything like that. We need to come together. We have to come together. And the only what's missing is the trust factor. And I understand it. I understand what just has taken place over the past couple of months. We say a year, but it's a whole year. But just in the past couple of months has been very draining on the law enforcement community, but also on the community itself to see that. And I want them to know that I'm here to support and to do what we can to try to stop some of this, especially police brutality. We know it. And understand one thing, this police brutality just didn't start. This is nothing new. It's been going on for years. It's just now we have phones, we have videos to show and broadcast it. So we have to work together.
Absolutely. Say no more, Sheriff Maddox. We really appreciate the work that you're doing. And I do encourage you guys listening to help her bridge this gap. She's a community sheriff for a reason. If you are truly a part of this community and you love your community, then be a part of it in a really big way and help police our community. I think that will probably be the best way to contribute. Again, March 6th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., 4415 Memorial Drive in Decatur, Georgia. There's a huge hiring event. The Dekalb County Sheriff's Office is looking for you.
Yes.
That sounded real official, right?
That was official. Changing minds with a strong career.
Oh, I love it. Thank you again, Sheriff Maddox. We really appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I'm honored. You have a good day, and happy Women's History Month to you too.
Happy Women's History Month.